Hello everyone, it is Christine here and I am back for Library Friday with a beautiful book that I picked up as part of my Thrifty Thursday collection of goodies that I shared yesterday. But we didn't take a look at the book. I promised I would come back and share it with you because I haven't had a close look at the book myself either. I've flipped through it. So the book is called Long and Short Stitch Embroidery, a collection of flowers. It's from the Milner Craft series and it's by Trish Burr. Let me turn it over. So it's ISBN. It's got two numbers, 13978 186 3524 or ISBN 10 186 3523. And so originally it was $39.95. I got it for $15.15. So absolute bargain because it looks like it's been barely used as a book. It's got just some very fine, fine wear marks, but you even get that from books from bookshops as well. So Trish Burr has selected beautiful flowers and interpreted them in her own unique style to present a stunning collection of embroideries. Meticulous in detail, these flowers are brought to life by the use of carefully selected threads and an intuitive use of simple stitches. With clear step-by-step instructions and full-size templates, this book includes everything you ever wanted to know about long and short stitch embroidery. So let's take a look inside because that's the purpose, to give you a bit of a taster of the book and you can decide if it's something you want to look for secondhand yourself. I did have a look and it looks like it's still available on the author's website for that sort of $39.99 price point, but you might be lucky and find it secondhand like I did. But I just love, these are all little pictures of her lovely little flowers. I love the sort of, the miniature size of them. Imagine trying to stitch that detail at that size. Beautiful, beautiful iris. That makes me think of Leanne. 2006, To Simon with All My Love. And so it's got a table of contents, acknowledgements, preface, introduction, materials, techniques, tips for working with the designs, a stitch glossary, and then it goes into the projects. So some rather non-descriptive starter flowers, flower 1, flower 2, flower 3 and flower 4. And then we get into some actual types of flowers, some recommended reading and some suppliers. So some things to read there, some quotes, an introduction about Trish, I imagine. And then into materials, so talking about fabrics, backing fabric, threads, other threads, shade card, hoops and frames, scissors, needle, pencils. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so hopefully I don't sneeze on video. I might just give my nose a quick little blurb. Excuse me. Okay, so techniques. Preparing the fabric, grain of the fabric, transferring a design, tracing, starting off with your thread, ending off. Talks about using guidelines, completion of work, washing and pressing, blocking, mounting, using the finished embroidery. And look at that beautiful leaf. Let's see if I can lift it up without giving you too much glare. It is evening here, as when I tend to get to film my videos, so I do have to battle the glare and try and get a good lighting set up. But sometimes these slightly glossy pages do throw a bit of glare off, so I do apologise. Tips for working the designs. So always good to have little tips to refer to. And then we get into the stitch glossary. So we get bullion knot, which we've done as part of our stitch along. We've done French knot, long and short stitch we've done, basic long and short. But I just love reading other people's instructions because sometimes you might think you know a stitch, but you learn a different way to do it or to use it, or to approach it, or how to hold your fabric. directional long and short stitch, so working where you're kind of going around curves, etc. Some more steps on that, so how you can get those beautiful little petal shapes. So yeah, very good looking instructions about sort of, yeah, showing some good visuals and progress shots. Tips for improving your long and short stitch. Always room for improvement in mine. Yep, avoid abrupt changes of angle. Good point. And then lots of, yeah, just all the little tips and visuals to support them. Great. More great tips. Looks like a very practical book. And then colour blending in long and short stitch. Hue, value, intensity. So a bit of colour theory here, which is great. Needle painting, or we sometimes call it thread painting, don't we? Beautiful little leaves showing, I guess, different light sources where they're shining and highlighting different parts of the leaf. Scattering colours, tips for scattering colours, painting with your needle, add in detail with pencil. So drawing directional lines, sketching in outlines of light and dark areas, layers. And then an example of needle painting step by step, and so it includes the DMC stranded cotton colours, and then it's got the different stages in the process and how Trish layers it up. Really interesting. And then long and short stitch in different yarns, so using crewel wool, 2 strands of cotton, 1 strand of cotton, silk, and then stitch direction, so long and short stitch for different shapes, filling complex curves. I think I can definitely do some more practice on that. Filling a smooth edged leaf, filling a long leaf, filling a circular shaped leaf. Other leaf shapes. I love those jaggedy, raggedy ones. Love the curl in the leaf. It's just fabulous. Look at that. So beautiful. Filling an elongated petal. Filling petals that overlap, so you actually get that sort of, I guess, that shading. Filling turnovers on petals or leaves. Definitely want to learn more about that. Order of working a flower. Okay. I tend to be a bit more random, so definitely things I can learn there. Satin stitch, which we've done. Long and short stitch over padding. We've used that technique ourselves in the stitch along. Split stitch, stem stitch, yeah, both familiar to our stitch along participants. Structure of a flower. Now, who was it? It was Leanne as well that was talking about, she'd got herself a book on, the sort of the science of flowers, or the anatomy of flowers. So very handy. I don't think I called the right things. Definitely get stem right. Petals I get okay. Leaves. Stamen, I think I usually get that right. So it's the sepal, or the sepal. Small leaves at base of flower. So the pistil is that one in the centre, and then the stamen are from the centre of flower with pollen on top. Then starter project. So this is the sort of more nondescript flower one, I guess, because it's not trying to be an exact type of flower, it's just being a practice. And so the tracing outline, and so these are apparently at the size that you would work them, although obviously you could do them smaller or larger. And then some guidelines to draw for yourself. I guess this helps you keep your stitches going in the right direction. Preparation, stitch colour key, again a useful visual, and then embroidery. And it's really, the pages are nice, they're not crammed full, they look calming and easy to progress with. So yeah, I think it's a great little book so far. Flower 2, so again you get to practice sort of those curves and yeah, creating a bit of dimension. Flower 3, isn't that lovely? Such delicate colours. And then flower 4, nice little sort of teardrop shape. And then we get onto small flower motifs. And can never say this word right, so I'm just going to let you read it. Isn't it beautiful though? Like poppies, I think they kind of have that similar look. Sunflower, beautiful. So handy just having these simple tracing outlines. I mean, you could buy pre-printed like designs of flowers, but sometimes it's nice just to draw your own on, because you can pick where on the fabric and what sort of fabric you want to use. Oh, that purple bellflower, just lovely. Looks like we get to do lots of knots as well. And then flower projects. So using one strand of thread which realistically interpret flower paintings and vary from simple to challenging. Oh, that's good. Beautiful rose. I wonder where it tells us whether it's a simple or a challenging. Again, all the guidelines that you can draw. Beautiful rosebud. I love my pansies. You've seen me thread painting pansies on fabric. But it'd be great to do one from scratch as well. Purple pansy, again, just gorgeous, and just, yeah, it really evokes, I mean, there's so many stitches in there. I guess that's that really sort of realistic by using one strand of thread. Hibiscus. The Iceland poppy, I love these. Mum gave me a whole lot of them and they pop up now in my garden just on their own. The arum lily. They're very realistic thread paintings. They are fabulous. But they look doable when you look at it this way. It looks doable. Isn't it nice when you look at a book and you think, yeah, actually I can give that a go. Flame lily. Wow. So talking about blending numerous shades of raspberry into the shades of yellow beige at the base to get that red orange. Isn't that interesting? That does look like a more advanced one. And then magnolia, that my mum loves her magnolia. It comes out at the time of her birthday and also anniversary. Got a big magnolia in the garden. Beautiful. Theirs isn't one of the white ones though, it's a sort of a pink and whites. Purple bearded iris, that's definitely one for you, Leanne. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, it looks doable. Rust red bearded iris. Just stunning. The work is exceptional. You can tell it's Trisha's passion to bring these flowers to life in thread. A protea. This project is not as difficult as it may seem at first glance, although there is a lot of stitching in it. Note that the light comes from the top left, so everything on the top left is light and everything on the bottom right is in shadow. Okay, yep. Sorry, comes from the top left. I was looking the wrong way. Right. So it's all about thinking about light source. Look at the detail. Just love the change in colour on those leaves. It's incredible. And yeah, the use of shading with thread. Pink sweet peas. My garden is just awash with sweet peas, and I went down before and there's a giant zucchini just the other week. it had literally just formed. It's what happens at this time of year. You leave the garden and you come down to monster zucchini, or I think you call them courgettes, or yeah, courgettes, I think maybe is what you call them in the US. Not sure what you call them in the UK. That's beautiful. Might have to do myself a sweet pea. And then field poppies. I love these too. And the little fluffy sort of buds that you get. Beautiful. Might have to do one of those for my stitchery. What's the colour? I suppose you could adapt the colours, but no, that's the burgundies again. Burgundy red, so that could definitely work. It's quite large though. Wonder how long one of these takes. You can just see the detail in that. Suppose you could just do a single bloom to start. You wouldn't have to do the whole flower, but I do like the little... Yeah, I think you'd probably at least need to do that much. I could leave that one out. And then recommended rigging and suppliers. So USA, UK, South Africa and Australia. Oh, that's not too far away at all. Malvern, Country Bumpkin, Australia. There you go. So that's a little look-see at this book. How many pages is it? 128. So it's a decent amount of material in there, and it's beautiful. As I say, beautifully laid out. Pages are a little on the glossy side, but the images are just crisp and lovely, and it does make it look approachable. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll let you go, and I'm going to do a bit of I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch tonight. I didn't think we'd actually have another Roxy prompt, but it turns out that we do. So I might have to get stuck into that because I've got ideas whirring around my head. So thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.